Jim Day was born on September 9, 1953, the first son of Hugh and Ida Day. He would not discover his love of wrestling until his sophomore year at Lakeland Regional High School in New Jersey. After high school, Jim attended Central Connecticut State College. Upon graduation, he found a job as a special educator at Berlin High School. He met his wife Lynn and they were soon married. In 1981, Jim Day took over as head wrestling coach at Berlin High School. His first year was a rough one as his team scored 2 points in the Class M state tournament and finished in last place. In the 1982-83 season, the team placed 4th, in 84, 3rd, 85, 2nd. And then in 1986, Berlin won its first of 9 state titles under the tutelage of Jim Day. Berlin started to become a perennial state wrestling power. From 1985 until 1994, for a total of 10 seasons, Berlin placed either 1st or 2nd in the state tournament. The Berlin wrestling program had another impressive run from 1999 until 2003, when, over the course of 5 years, Berlin would win 4 state titles and place 2nd once. Jim has coached teams to Class S, M, and L team titles. Over the course of his career, Jim Day would lead the Redcoats to 19 conference championships and 29 team tournament titles. Berlin wrestlers also had great individual successes. Jim coached multiple All-Americans, 4 New England champions, and 8 New England place finishers. 10 of his wrestlers have combined to win 12 state open titles. 31 wrestlers have placed in the state open tournament 40 times. 34 wrestlers have won a total of 43 individual state titles. 81 wrestlers have placed in states in excess of 130 times, and he has coached more than 100 wrestlers to over 160 individual conference championships. And while coaches are not supposed to play favorites, Jim took a special interest in one Berlin wrestler from the day he was born. Shane Day, Jim's son, became the 2007 135-pound Connecticut State Open champion, becoming the last Berlin wrestler to win a State Open title under his father. While Jim Day's successes on the mat are staggering, what's truly important to him are not the wins and losses or championships, but rather the relationships he formed throughout the years. Relationships with his wrestlers' parents that were built on mutual respect. Relationships with his fellow Berlin high school coaches, especially Coach Pellegrinelli, who taught Jim what it means to be a great coach, a noble spirit, and a positive role model to the youth in Berlin. Relationships with his many and revolutionary assistant coaches. Relationships with his wrestlers who had a tremendous amount of respect for him. And most importantly, the relationship with his son that only wrestling could forge. Coach Jim Day often told his wrestlers that the sport gave more to him than he could ever give back to it. Jim has more than paid back his debt to wrestling. And since this can be said of so few, Jim Day will now be a part of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Coach Day, on your induction into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Connecticut chapter.